Today we're going to work through Lesson 2, Exercise A. In your book, you're going to turn to this lesson in your book. Lesson 2A is about using words in context. So today we're going to read the following sentences in the word in bold and determine if it's used correctly. If it is, you're going to write a C on the line after the sentence. If you think the word is used incorrectly, you will write an I for incorrect on the line. So let's look at number 1. We have 4 sentences and we have to decide if it's correctly used or incorrectly used. In 1878, Thomas Edison began the process of electrifying the country. Well, those of us who remember that Thomas Edison created and invented this, then we know that this is probably correctly used because he's going to add electricity to the country. So we will put a C at the end of this line. B says the actress gave an electrifying performance. Well, it said in our definition that people can perform electrifyingly. So let's see if that makes sense. The actress gave an electrifying performance. We're going to guess that that too is correct. So we're going to put a C on the line. The next one, the former senator was electrified by the people to be president. So the way we read this is like he was electrified, which would almost be like he was hurt. So that doesn't really seem to make sense. And the last one, write down what you want to electrify for the school project. That doesn't seem to have the correct context. So we're going to write an I and an I for C and D. All right, let's go to number 2. The students are dehydrated for being left in the sun to dry. Dehydrated, we know, is to take the water out of something. And so we wanted them to dry up. That is exactly what would happen. So that is correct. Put a C on the line. Drink the hot tea to warm up and dehydrate. Well, if dehydrate means to take liquid from, if I'm drinking tea, I don't think I'm dehydrating. I'm doing the opposite. So that would be an I. C, dehydration is cured by drinking water. Well, that in fact is true. So we're going to put a C. Dehydration is used to extinguish wildfires. Well, it's more like we need hydration to extinguish, so that is an I. Let's look at lesson 3, or part 3. Do you like the beginning or the endeavor of the novel best? Well, that doesn't really make sense because we remember that endeavor is kind of to do our best. So the part of a novel, this doesn't fit. So we're going to put an I. B, judges endeavor to apply the law fairly. Now that fits better because that is something they are hoping to achieve. So that is correct. Put a C on the line. Number 3, the girl will endeavor to get an A on the test. Well, again, that is something she can try to do. So that is also correct. Put the C on the line. Scott's endeavor to reach the South Pole made him a national hero. Again, that was a goal, an endeavor. So that is correct. So in number 3, we only have one incorrect, and that would be A. All right, let's look at number 4. Take a minute and try this one on your own. All right, let's try this one together, and then you're going to complete the rest of these in class. A, young children need to be simulated to learn to read. Well, simulated is kind of to try to copy something, so that doesn't really make sense. So that would be I. An actor simulates a range of human emotions. Well, they are trying to copy and create these emotions to go into character, so that is correct. Training programs for astronauts attempt to simulate real-life situations in space. Well, that makes sense because they want to make sure that they are well prepared and that they have tested all avenues before they go. So put a C. Reading about Africa simulated my interest in visiting. No, I think the word they're trying to get for A and D is stimulated to like bring up your interest. So D would also be incorrect. Okay, for the remainder of your 10 minutes, you're going to try the remaining ones on your own, and then your teacher will go over the correct answers.